So hey Ruhi, thanks so much for being with me today. आपकी journey तो बहुत ही interesting रही है. You have done so many things. So first of all, tell me कि आपके लिए lockdown कैसे रहा? How have you been handling it?
Well, firstly, thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm really excited to be talking to you today. Lockdown has been, I would say, a bag of mixed feelings. It started off as a lot of fun because, being an introvert, I really enjoy being by myself at home. And beach me, it got a bit negative and, because it kept getting extended. And then there was all this stress about what's going to happen and now finally when I got used to it, it's over. So it's been exciting.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But let's talk a little bit about your journey. You've had an incredible one. You were crowned Miss India. You're an actor bhi bani. Now you're a content creator. So what's that journey been like and what are the things you've learned on the way?
Well, the journey has quite exciting, but I don't really see it as a linear journey, where I've left one thing for the other. For example, I'm an actor still and simultaneously a content creator. Now, it's all about exploring all those different things that interest me. So content creation excites me for different reasons than acting. So it's been great so far. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And more than anything, I'm learning a lot of new things every day with all these different aspects of my life. Yeah, so it's been fun and it's still going on and there's still a long, long way to go.
And I think the things that people don't realize is that content creators hote hain, they have to do everything themselves. You learn so much. You're your own producer, your own director, your own editor, all of that. So what is the one thing that you've learned, jo aapko lagta hai is the most valuable thing for creators to learn?
The most valuable thing that I've learned as a content creator, honestly, for me, the most exciting part about being a content creator is communicating with the outside world at large that I don't get to do as an actor. Acting is more of an internal journey, which sort of translates finally into people resonating and even hopefully being touched or moved by a performance of mine, which they see on screen. But content creation has sort of been more fun, more interactive. I gained a lot of following in the past few days. So yeah, it's been interesting and I'm still learning that. I'm still learning how to really, so I've just started my YouTube channel and I'll be launching it this week.
Nice.
So I'm quite excited about that.
And what is the focus going to be on the YouTube channel?
I'm still learning. I still don't know what it's going to be about. It's really confusing because, there's so much freedom out there as a content creator. And I'm used to being an actor where I have a director who tells me exactly what to do. But here, because of that freedom, there is a lot of confusion. But I'm quite excited to just, put my story out there for just people to get to know me better. The things I like to do, the hobbies I enjoy. And I actually like to talk about the law of attraction and those kind of things, mental health and all of that. So I'm sort of looking forward to talking about that too.
I love that. I think those are the things that are so important. In fact, that's one of the things I wanted to talk to you about. So we have launched something called the Ignore No More online campaign. That for so long, girls have always been told that if you get a nasty message, bas ignore karo. They're just looking for attention. But it's become alarming that now more and more, these guys don't even use fake accounts, And I think as an actor, as a content creator, aapne to kafi dekha hoga, the kind of trolling and negativity that happens. So first of all, what was your first experience with it like? How did it make you feel? And what did you do? Did you have to ignore it? What did you do about it?
Well, firstly, I'd like to thank you for starting this campaign. I think it's amazing. It's very required. It is the need of the hour. This started, I think, as soon as I started gaining a bit of followers, I started getting these messages, and I was ignoring most of them. And even recently, I've been ignoring most of the comments, DMs that I get, because they're absolutely disgusting. And I feel, where do these people get this audacity from? It's not courage. It's something really dirty. It's like a brutal mirror that's been held up to us as a society, saying, this is who you are as a collective. And so far, that mirror has been really sad and ugly, But the good part is now that we know that it is what it is. Now I think we can still change, and where your Ignore No More campaign comes into place, it's very important to raise a voice, to be able to change this side that we've been seeing. for the past few days, few months. And the past few months, because of the lockdown, I think people are commenting more. Another thing, as you just said, that now people don't even use fake accounts. So they really think that nothing can happen to them. They can say whatever they want. They can say violent, abusive things to women or men or to celebrities in general and just get away with it. So that's quite appalling. That's scary, in fact. I think you had a conversation with Shubham the other day,
Cybercop, yeah, exactly. And that's what I realized that, because we all got so used to, even I got used to it. I would also tell people just ignore it. And then I thought, we've made this same mistake in real life already, where we always just tell girls that you should just manage, don't say anything. But as soon as we started this campaign, mujhe itna acha laga that so many girls felt ki, I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm going to say something. And the amazing thing is, even if I don't get an apology, but some other girl gets an apology, it feels so good. It feels so empowering that I can finally do something and say something about it, and I'm sure your experience as a creator, as a woman, people don't realize that at the end of the day, creators, actors, everybody's human, everybody has feelings, everybody feels, happy, sad, all those emotions. So when it comes to the online world, what is it that you wish people knew to do differently, and what do you wish people actually use the internet for?
The internet, I feel the most important aspect of the internet is connectedness, whether as a knowledge sharing or as just say an emotional connectedness where, shared pains, triumphs, and we are just the news, getting more knowledge. That's what the internet should be used for. And it's really sad how people have been misusing this platform to just insult and spread more hate, spread various kinds of unnecessary negativity, and it's not required. And Malini, I also noticed that a lot of my comments, there's something new, which is really strange. So it's called DM for fun or DM for send me. People have been commenting, they pretend to be women. They've put up all these naked women's photographs on their profile. I think it's men. Some from I don't know what that's all about.
Yeah.
So that is something new that has started, and it's quite pathetic to really see what they're doing there. So I think we've lost the plot when it comes to what it was supposed to be used for, and there has to be a check. Like something has to be done about it. But I also feel a lot of these people do this to get some attention, because they feel that if they write positive comments, nobody is going to reply. But as soon as they write something negative about a girl, or they abuse a girl, and the kind of abuses, the words that they use, it's horrific, and they think that gets them some attention, and probably I'll reply. Because I used to. In the middle, I started replying to these, how dare you say that, or don't you have any shame, and this and that. And it was a cycle, because then again I started ignoring it, thinking that probably then they'll stop. So it's going on and on.
But do you think a campaign like this is going to help people?
Absolutely. I hope it helps people. That's my, I really, really hope that it at least leads to some kind of an awareness that you can say something about it. You don't have to ignore, because how many people are you going to block? How many people, how many comments are you going to ignore? You can't, and that's not the point. The point is to stop them from, this internal change has to be brought, whether as an individual or as a collective. But I really hope that it helps people, But I'm not sure. Like, some action also needs to be taken. After the campaign, it should lead into some strict action by the police, by the cyber cell. That's what I believe.
Yeah. In fact, that's exactly what we're working on. We're hoping that we're able to create some kind of helpline, one to educate people. And my goal is to actually show accountability. Just already Shubham Sabakop was able to call some people. And it's amazing how quickly they go from saying a bad word to sorry Didi when they get one call from the cyber division. And that's literally, it just comes from that place of ignorance ki mujhe to nahi pata tha that someone's going to call me and say something. So I would also love for, I think that part of it is also education, because mujhe lagta hai that we were never taught how to behave online, right? We're taught everything else, how to eat, how to say please, thank you, how to sit in public, but we're never taught how should you behave online. So if you could say something to the guys who are going to all these girls' profiles, writing DMs, and sometimes it's not even a creepy DM, sometimes it's a very weird compliment, like, oh, I like your slinky thighs, or something really inappropriate, so what would you like to say to these guys, that what are they doing wrong, and what can they do differently if they want to compliment something?
Well, Malini, I've always believed that there's a very clear line. It's a very clear line between being appreciative and being creepy. So appreciation is about putting the other person first and probably seeking out to make them feel better about themselves, or complimenting them. And being creepy is putting yourself and your desire first and using the other person as an object to your base desire. So don't do that. Just be normal, be appreciative, be positive. Say good things. Yeah, they might not notice your comment like in the first 2-3 tries, but they will eventually. So spread that. Don't try and insult or objectify women or men and think that you have no accountability and you can say anything and you can get away with it, because you really can't. Also, like you just said, that people are not taught how to behave on the internet, but I'm sure they were taught how to behave in real life, because internet is just like real life. It's just a digital form of real life. Here people are putting their photographs and or interacting with people, but it has to be treated like this is still life. We are still human beings. So humanity, it's the same rules that apply.
Absolutely. And I think that's the big mistake, is that they've stopped thinking of the virtual world as another version of reality, and so we end up using it for a dumping ground for our negative emotions, which I think is a real big part of that problem. But if I was going to ask you, Ruhii, what would be your ideal version of social media, or your perfect world? If you could imagine what the perfect digital world would look like, what would it look like to you?
Well, it would be just like an ideal, real, physical world, a world where knowledge is shared, where diverse opinions are allowed to exist, where debate is fierce, but it's never personal or violent. Success should be celebrated and failure should prompt compassion and empathy in people. And that's how any world should be. That's how we should be as humans in our real life and on the internet.
Absolutely. And I think you have such a lovely way about you. I've always been wanting to connect with you and chat with you and tell you what a wonderful job you're doing, and being such a great positive role model for young women and for young men. And, during this lockdown, we've all had so much going on. Like you said, there's negative news, there's a lot of anxiety, like people's hair is falling from the stress. But have you heard any good news in this time that maybe uplifted your spirits a bit?
This lockdown for me has been... Oh, thank you so much. Firstly, thank you so much for, I feel the same about you. I think I've always been a fan, in fact, of you, and the work that you're doing is phenomenal. And the lockdown has been quite a roller coaster ride for me personally, because I've been alone throughout. My parents are in Jaipur and I'm in Bombay. So, I had a lot of time to think and to really introspect about where my life was going. But the good news, I did sign a few new projects during this lockdown. We have started, so that was something cool. I explored some new, I explored social media and got into proper content creation during the lockdown. Before that, I did not really take it so seriously, But now I have so much time. So I started doing these sessions called Yuhi with Ruhii on my Instagram, where I would just chat with my friends from the industry, and So even there, honestly, when we go live and we are talking to each other, and this person, the person who's talking to me, has won awards and is a celebrity and is someone, I'm doing this chat so people can learn from him, or just have a chance to even see him live, and that's a big deal. But these people, the kind of comments they would write, it was insulting not only to me, but to the other person. And I would feel so ashamed that at one point, I actually stopped doing my sessions. Only because of those comments. Because I was shocked. More than anything, I'm shocked. why would you say something like that? Who are you? What have you worked upon? Like, what have you done in your life that gives you the right to insult someone of that repute? You know, if you don't like that person, don't see the live chat.
Yeah.
Don't follow us. If you hate us, don't follow us. You know. Also, comments about clothes, about women, what they wear, that's absolutely disgusting again. So if you don't agree with my ways of being, please don't follow my page. I'm okay with 20 followers who like me for who I am and who are actually my fans. I don't want unnecessary, non-constructive criticism, that you're just going on and on with for some attention. So yeah, those are some of my thoughts about social media in the comments.
I'm so glad that you feel that way. And I think it's so important that all of us take a stand and say something so that people don't think that our silence is fear or that our silence is consent. I think our time is with so many poor people online. And I think our responsibility is like the next generation is going to be born with a phone in their hand. They're only going to actually interact more socially online than they do in real life. If you think about it, we see our friends 10 times more through their social media than you do in real life. So it's really important that they have that experience. And I'm sure you know that the MissMalini Trending Desk loves you as well. Do you have a message for all your fans who follow you on MissMalini Trending?
Well, I would just say, guys, firstly, ignore no more. It's time that we come together and we stand up against these goons, these bullies, this harassment, and we're not going to take it. Let's not take it, High time that we supported each other. And I'm super grateful to you, Malini, for doing this because this was so important, not just for women, but for everybody out there. Anything that happens, people who have a certain following are the most vulnerable. And I have realized that why should we do this anymore? Why should we take this abuse anymore? We can't. And thank you so much for this campaign. And yeah, that's my message. Spread love, not hate.
I love that. That's awesome. And something for all the young women who are aspiring to be creators, who want to come online, something that you want to tell them so that when they come online, they don't feel overwhelmed by this situation that exists right now. What can we do to protect ourselves, our hearts and our minds?
Everything said and done, we are going to take a stand and everything. But at the same time, you still need to have a little bit of a thick skin. You have to be strong. You can't be, you can't let anything emotionally and personally affect you as a person. If you want to be a content creator, I would say think of it as a profession. And even if, you're doing it as a hobby and you're doing all these creative things, it's still it should not ever be in your personal space. So it's very important to prioritize that. It's important right now to prioritize your health, your well-being and your mental health at this point, more than anything. And yeah, never ever give up. I really believe in that if you don't give up, eventually you'll make it one day.
I love it. Thank you so much, Ruhii. It was so nice chatting with you. You have such a sunshine vibe about you. And I wish you all the very best with all your new projects coming up. And hopefully we'll be able to meet in person and do this again soon.
Yes, absolutely excited and looking forward to that. Thank you so much, Malini.
Thank you.